You're listening to the June 30th, 2018 reading of Blossom Goodchild's Channeling with the Federation of Light.
And here we are again. Welcome, my friends. Many have written in sharing their thoughts about the event. Similarities arising, and certainly most are feeling that it is to take place sooner rather than later. So much is coming out into the open now, and revelations of stuff that nightmares are made of are being exposed. This, you said, would begin to happen. A lady asked about protecting ourselves. Could you speak of this, as some feel the need to do so and others not?
Welcome to you also, dearest Blossom, and to those who have become keen and avid readers of our communications. We are happy to speak of this, and yet, remembering this, as with other communications, is our point of view, and what suits one does not necessarily suit all.
I have certainly learned that from emails sent in over the years.
Firstly, we are speaking here, are we not, of protecting oneself from negative energies and influences, in that some feel it necessary to put a protective barrier up to prevent such negativity entering one's own personal energy space. Our thoughts on this matter are quite strongly veering towards doing so. It certainly can do no harm, and certainly can prevent it.
Some feel, though, that they know they are protected by being the light they are, and that a protective barrier is always around them to prevent such energies bombarding their space.
And this is fine if it suits them. However, as we have said, our thoughts are to be aware. It is not that we are saying to put protective walls up 24/7. There is no need. And yet, perhaps when entering into a particular space, one can feel the energies of a limited light, and one's instinct is to protect the soul. One must keep in mind that there are many souls of lesser light that are eager to drain the batteries of one who has much. Not only that, their envy, their ploy, is to disrupt and cause anxiety, etc. This is their main agenda, and it is what they know. They do not feel comfortable in such lightness, and therefore do their utmost to cause unrest within that lighted energy.
Are we talking here of spirit energies?
We are talking of many interruptions that have the same agenda. This could vary from dislodged spirit entities, to humans that are lost, to electronics, and even, would we say, just energy playing around. There is much of varied energetic components that have not yet realized their full potential in the light, and therefore they feel at ease with limitations that they know, and at this time feel comfortable with.
A break took place at this point of the channeling. Due to the 6 months renovations next door, the sawing, the drilling, along with the new builder's dog barking, starting my dog off and the rest of the neighbourhoods, coupled with a continual rainfall, full of depressing chemicals, etc., etc., I finally blew the lid off my boiling pot. I ranted and raved out loud to myself, big time. Quite funny, really, considering what we were talking about. So here I am a few hours later, giving it another go. And guess what? No kidding. The beeping bobcat has just arrived. So, Blossom Goodchild, can you rise above all this? Yes, I can. Where were we? Talking about protection against negativity, I believe. Dear God, one has to laugh at the irony.
We are happy that you found it within you to resume. An interesting turnabout, so suddenly from our perspective, when you, as you term it, lost it. Interesting in the color change of energy. Yet, we felt your frustration.
Yes, it needs to be mentioned that, of course, I always say a prayer of protection before I start any work of this kind.
Let us then resume, Lady of Light.
LOL equals Lady of Light. I love it. That nearly slipped me by. Mind you, I wasn't so light a few hours ago.
There are indeed those who prefer to know that they are of great light, and therefore nothing can harm them or intrude within upon that light. If this is their truth, if this works for them, then this is suitable for them. If, however, one becomes aware of an energy that is not so engaging, as we say, it is more than an efficient step to become aware of placing a shield around you. What have you to lose?
Nothing. I'm with you there all the way. I've received emails in the past regarding souls who feel they are possessed or have a curse upon them and literally get flung across the room by such negative play. That is way out of my league and sadly theirs. So could you make some suggestions as to the best ways to protect our souls?
Certainly. We mentioned the shield. All of this is about visualization. Your greatest tool, as White Cloud has said many times, in order for it to sink in. Visualize a golden shield of light all around you. And think of any negative energy trying to penetrate that shield simply as stones rebounding off of it, in the knowing that nothing can get through. What else can you visualize?
I imagine sometimes a crystal tube coming down over my body. Light can shine from it, yet darkness cannot enter in.
Or perhaps an imaginary button somewhere on your being? It is about your intention behind any visualization that serves most. You see, Blossom, there are some whose light shines a lot more brightly than others. And miserable souls want some of what those bright lights have.
Yet if those bright lights are that bright, surely they just know that they are protected because of the strength of their light repelling the darkness.
Not necessarily, for some bright lights may shine out from the heart with the lightest of intent, and yet not aware of the fact that there are those who wish to destroy this. Perhaps some are a little ignorant of this, whereas others have the bright light and the awareness, if that makes sense.
It does to me. Well, thank you for that.
This is not to say that from within that protective barrier, one cannot shine their light to that lost, darkened energy that is trying to attempt sabotage. For the very reason they are trying to sabotage it is because they do not understand it and what it means to have it. So, to shine one's light into any darkened space is beneficial, whether one is eventually made aware of the difference they have made or not.
Again, thank you. Sort of on the same subject, more and more truths are being revealed these days. Much slime is oozing out the woodwork, and it's difficult not to be affected by what we're learning. Yet one tries. This planet of ours has truly been living within the darkest of times, and I feel we're only just scratching the surface.
You are correct. And this is why, dearest Blossom, we continue on as we do, repeating the same information over and over, so that you get it, so that you understand that your light, the light from all of you, is so very much needed to change all these darkened days into the sunniest of moments. It cannot be rectified overnight. So much damage has been done. So much needs to be healed. Yet, once again, we ask you to remember why you are here, why you chose to come. Because you knew you had the strength and the wherewithal within you to overcome such difficulties, to move through them, and more so than ever, shine that light of yours onto the souls, the places, the space, the situations, the circumstances, the mess that now confronts you.
So very hard to do when those confrontations involve souls of the church torturing and sacrificing young children.
Which is why souls like yourself and souls reading these messages are here, Blossom. Exactly why. To see this mess for what it is, what it has grown into, and to bring about the world that cannot and will not accept such abhorrence. This is the kind of thing we have been speaking of to you and preparing you for. Preparing you to rise above it in your strength and your light. For we say to you, Blossom, preparation is indeed required in order to rise above all that is to be uncovered. Draw strength unto yourself. Take the time, make the time to take a trip back home and regenerate your systems. Recharge your energies. When you do so, no words are needed to brighten your day, to lighten your disposition. For when you are there, all that you are is understood. All that you have to do is understood. We ask you not to neglect such matters, for they are of high importance in these very delicate days. Such rapid progress is taking place.
Progress, you say?
Yes, progress. Today, for we felt it necessary, we have focused on the more serious side of what is taking place. This is to make you aware of what is required from you. Yet know, too, such progress is being made on the lighter side of life. For take into account, we have spoken about such truths being revealed, and many are being, which means you are getting further down the pathway that brings you to a better world. For the more that is uncovered, the more one knows that the light is indeed winning, and the darkness no longer has its place. Warriors of light, dearest souls of earth, close your eyes for a moment and breathe deeply. And within that depth of self, feel your truth. Feel your strength. Feel our love. We understand how easy it must be at times to lose all trust in the divine plan. For from where you are placed within it, you see it so very differently from the place in which it truly is positioned. Know in your hearts, in these coming days, such change is to come about. With your help. That is why you are here. This is why you come. You see, over and over we repeat these words, and yet the more recognition of your true being that is felt, the more these same words feel differently. For they are received from, with, a deeper truth of truth. We desire that the feeling allows you to know that we speak in ways to stir your soul, to give you encouragement and to guide you onwards.
Oh, my friends, you have a wonderful knack of being able to do so. Thanks so much once again. I feel stronger due to your wisdom. For me, it indeed stirs my soul into making more of an effort, and not allowing myself to get beaten down by it all. Many, many thanks, in so much love and gratitude.
It is our pleasure, and we are immersed in joy that you retried.
Me too. As I send much love to the next door builder with the saw, the builder with the hammer, the builder with the drill, and the dog who clearly has no bone.
As we send much love to you, more than you actually can feel. Yet, as you grow back in your light, this too shall change.